Welcome to Blue Collar Blitz Podcast. I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O.
All right, today we are talking about the time is now. The time is now. The Lions, I feel like the window of opportunity is closing. We've looked over some reports and reviewing some contracts, and there's $40 million in cap space right now. But next year, if I read that correctly, I believe they're going to be $38 million over the cap. So the question is, do we make some trades? Do we bring some players in right now, or do we just, see what happens with the roster that we have? So
I think we should just see what we can do, what we got now. Why spend the money if we don't have to?
Okay.
Because tomorrow ain't promised, because,
True.
Anything can happen. I mean,
right. Right.
Injuries, that's the name of the sport. I mean, it's going to happen, but hopefully it don't happen this year because we getting everybody back.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if something can happen and we may need to get somebody big and we may just need that money to bring them in.
Well, as we discussed last episode, one person that potentially may be injured and need to be replaced is Davenport. So, Zadarius Smith was at the BET Awards last night, and he pretty much said, like, y'all know where I want to be. He wants to be in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the numbers aren't lining up, but he has his girlfriend here in Detroit, dating Cash Doll. So he has incentive. You have a team and a fan base that wants you here. So the question is, are we going to bring him back?
Well, he's seeking return. He want. I mean, it's all over the internet. Him straight up. If you cut, as soon as you put on Detroit Lions news, first thing pops up is seeking return.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe you want to come back, but do we go after him? Do we let him?
I mean, what did we cut? What was he getting ready to make before we let him go? Was it 12 or 15 mil? It wasn't 10, was it? I don't remember what it was, but with 40 mil on the table, what do you give him? Do you give him a 1-year deal? Do you give him a 2-year deal? Do you give him a deal laced with incentives?
I would say give him something with incentives. Give him, I don't know, I can't remember what they was paying him last time, but I would say let him come in, and then if he do, do his numbers, they can throw him some more money, But we discussed this last time, just giving people a big lump sum of money and they don't perform. So
true.
You got to earn it.
True. He was due. I don't see it. I want to say was, and you guys can correct me in the comments. I want to say it was around 12 mil. I could be wrong. I don't know why I'm thinking 10, 12, and 15. I don't know why I have these three numbers in my head, but that was supposed to be what he was due, for this last year. So what do you give him if he comes back?
It's not putting.
You looking it up now?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you probably pulling up the same stuff I'm pulling up, but
I can he was
$7 million.
He was due a $2 million roster bonus and had an $11 million cap hit.
2024, Dylan releasing. He played Lions 4 sacks, 10 quarterbacks, Lions saves space, and he was due $7 million. Option bonus. He had a cap of 5.7. But he wasn't making no money.
Yeah, I think his money was coming at the end at this upcoming year, but I would say bring him back for a year. Obviously, he has to accept that. No other team has picked him up, or maybe he's declined what they were offering as well. But as of last night, he made it pretty clear he wants to be in Detroit. So
right.
If that were to happen, my concern with the defense, for the most part, would be gone. And I say for the most part because we still got that Anzalone thing. The fact that he didn't show up to OTAs and, he was working out on his own. And if I remember correctly, I think he's in like the mid 40s for highest paid linebacker. and he's definitely performing better than mid 40s. So we'll see what happens with that. But what are you thinking about this O-line thing? You think we need to make a trade?
We touched on it a little bit already. I really don't know until we see what's gonna happen. You know, especially with the new coaches in, and it's hard this year. It's one thing if we still had everybody, and then it'd be easier to be like, okay, we need to do a little flipping around or trying something else. But right now, that's the only thing I'm worried about, to see what's gonna happen with the new coordinator.
Okay. All right. Well, there was an article. This was on Sideline Report, and they were talking about bringing in, where's this guy out of? Limmer from the Rams. They say he's really good at run blocking, but his pass blocking needed some work. I don't know what we would give for him, because I don't want to give up any draft picks, considering we have to start paying people now, and we're going to need younger, cheaper talent on the roster. But I agree with you. I'd rather just see what the guys we have can do, save that $40 million. Because like you said, injuries could crop up, and then it's like, all right, well, you know, now we got to spend this money elsewhere. So
I mean, let's look at what we had last year. I mean, and we got the record that we got. Why mess that up?
True.
We still got the, I don't think anybody left really. I mean, we still got the same squad, so we should be able to.
Yeah, we got the core. Really. I mean, we lost 2 old linemen, obviously, but
we should be all right, though. You know, I mean,
I agree. So, moving on, have you seen the rankings on PFF for quarterback wide receiver duo?
No.
Bro. They have Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 6. Some of the names on here that are above them, I'm okay with.
What's the okay? You got to tell me the list.
Except a couple. All right, so we'll start with number 1. Number 1, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. You agree?
Joe, I mean, I got to hear the rest of the list. I got to hear the rest of this.
So according to the quarterback rankings, Burrow was number 2 and Chase was number 3 in wide receiver rankings.
You okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I'm personally, listen.
Goff did his thing last year. I mean,
Burrow is a beast, though.
He is.
There's no knock on Goff. Burrow is a beast.
I'm not knocking on him by far, because there's nothing for me to be like, that all time.
Bro, he's the dude. Yeah. All right, you ready for number 2?
Go for it.
Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown.
Okay,
Brown was number 1 in wide receiver rankings. So, of course, that's going to boost up, Jalen Hurts. And they just won.
Yeah, so.
Number 3, don't throw your drink at the camera. Okay? Brace yourself. This is where I had a problem. C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins. You have C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins over Goff and St. Brown?
I know you lying.
Can I share this screen?
Who came up with this list? Got me, wait a minute. He got me drooling. Wait a minute.
Yes, bro. Yes.
What?
Yes. PFF. According to them, they are looking at.
Were they numbers higher?
They're saying when he's targeted over the past 2 seasons, he's generated a 117.8 passer rating, and that ranks 6th in the NFL. But he's 3rd on this list. I don't know how they figured that out. I disagree with that. Number three is crazy. Number 3 is crazy.
Because they always gonna do something to try to keep Detroit down.
And I rock with PFF with the advanced analysis and the stats, but I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, that's some bull.
All right, you ready for number 4?
Nah.
Ooh, Detroit is way down there. We got to get to 6. You ready for number 4?
This is bull already, because
well, yeah, at number 3, I was like, I want to stop reading, but I was like, let me read. Let me see who else is on here. Number 4, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. Can you see it? Daniels was number 6 in the quarterback ratings. Terry was in the top 10 of receivers, but I don't agree with that either. Those are the two where I was like, all right, you're getting kind of out of hand now. Number 5.
I'm going home.
Number 5. Number 5. The team that we always seem to play every year, and we just can't seem to escape. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans.
Whoa.
Now, Mike Evans is a dog.
He is.
I'm not taking Baker Mayfield over Goff, though.
No, come on, man.
I'm not. I don't trust in him like that. But
I'm not.
they're according to this, it says they're both ranked near the top 10 for their position. So where's Goff and St. Brown ranked? I feel like I need to click D. Let me open another tab. Where was he ranked?
That's a bull.
Where's his rank? I can't seem to find his rank right now. 5th. Overall grade, 6th. Receiving grade, 5th. Let's look at Goff. Goff. Overall grade, 16th. Passing grade, 13th. So Goff brought it down. 16th out of 75 QBs rated. But let's look at Baker Mayfield, because I don't understand how he's around 10? Yeah, they got him 9th.
It's some bull.
They got Baker Mayfield 9th and Goff 16th.
They must use AI to get the generator.
I didn't expect to see that. I mean, I read it, but I'm like, no, this can't be. No, I have him 9th.
Man, you know they had to use some kind of something bull. They had to pull this one out, and they thought, hey, you wanna get some people heated? Let's put this list out, because they know
that's his average grade. His overall grade, his passing grade is 10th, and Goff's is 13th, I believe, 13th. Baker's rushing grade is 13th, and we know Goff's is 37. I'm surprised it's not 75, because he's one of the more unathletic people in the league at that position. But yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense if you're judging that too, if you're grading the rushing too. But that's where it stands. You got anything else you want to discuss? Oh, you want to know the rest of the list?
Might as well, because I just want to know who should have been at 6.
All right, 7th, because we were 6th, obviously. 7th, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb.
We should have been up, and they could have been.
We're above them.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. We should have been
okay, so you know the top 5. Where do you think we should have been?
I would say at least 2 or 3.
Looking at CJ Stroud and Nico Collins, yes, I don't agree that they should be 3.
Baker Mayfield.
He can move, though. It may not be extremely fast, but everyone is faster than Goff trying to escape the pocket.
Yeah.
And they put that in the grade.
Yeah.
If you get in trouble, can you get us some yards?
Yeah, he do be looking like he running in slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, if they're going to put that, I mean, even according to them, his passing is better too, but I mean,
I don't know about that. Because he only had, how many interceptions last year?
He threw 41 touchdowns and 16 picks was Mayfield. Goff was 37 touchdowns and 12 picks. And they both threw around 4,600 passing yards. They were like 130 yards apart, something like that. So I guess my question is, throwing for 4 more touchdowns cancel out the fact that you threw 4 more picks?
Apparently.
So, but I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't rather have a quarterback that can run a little bit, which is why I was really hopeful for Hendon Hooker. And I have no idea what we're doing with him. Is he on the trading block?
Not that I know of.
What are we doing with him? Dude was on top of the world before he tore his ACL, and now he's just on the bench.
Well, being a good cheerleader, I guess.
But he can run. Could you imagine the offense with Hendon Hooker?
Man, is he still injured?
No.
So they should put him back out there.
You just paid Goff. Goff's making like $18 million a year.
You know what? We'll see him during the preseason.
We will. But does that matter?
No, but what they should do is Campbell may do it. Put them both out there and do some trick plays with them.
Then you know it's coming.
You may think it's coming, but
I mean, he can pass, but if I
it would throw them off. They'd be like, oh, they about to come with the trick play, and it just be a regular play.
He hands it off. Trade me. I'm the quarterback, and you like, hey, all right, Mav, it's your turn to get in the game. All right, what's the play, coach? I'm ready. Hand the ball off. Trade me.
Well, and I remember they did this. What was it? I can't remember which game where they threw it back to Goff and he ran it in for the touchdown.
Trade me, man. Can I get a play action? If I hand the ball off on first down, can I get a play action on second, on third, the next drive?
It's just a thought.
Don't put me in there and then you're like, oh, man, he might scramble and then he's just handing the ball off so Goff can drink Gatorade for a couple plays. Trade me. And what can we get for him? We could probably get something decent.
Maybe another center.
It's a thought. That is a thought.
I know that's what you was thinking.
That is a thought. Let me say,
man, look.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you was thinking.
As a matter of fact, player grades. All right, let's go to, we scrolling down, centers. All right. It really hurts to see Frank Ragnow's the number 2 and we don't have.
And I knew it was coming. Man.
I was trying to avoid this for this episode, but I ain't over it. I'm not over it.
I know you're not. That's why I said. That's why you kept on putting, what can we get for him? Yes.
I think we need to. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about centers anymore.
Well, it's an open door now. So who out there that we could get as another center? Who's available?
That you could give up Hendon, and they will want Hendon Hooker? I don't know. I don't who needs a quarterback that has a decent center? I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Who needs a quarterback right now?
The Browns can afford an 18th guy in the they got a full quarterback room. Just throw another one over there.
I mean,
it's a 5 QB competition over there. They don't know who the quarterback is going to be. Throw him in the mix.
I mean, they just over there like, hey, you want to throw? You want to do this quarter? You
know what? Speaking of the Browns, I read a report. Obviously it was, fantasy, but they were talking about the Lions ending up with Sanders. I didn't click it and read it. We can click it and read it now. Let me see. I saw it early when I was driving. Let me see. Sanders.
He already got picked up.
Ooh, why is this on 3 different websites? That's crazy. All right. Here's the trade idea. Here's the trade. You ready? Here's the trade idea. So we have Hendon Hooker, right? And Kyle Allen.
Mm-hmm.
The proposed trade is we would get Sanders for Hooker and a 5th-round pick. Now, my question is this. Before I read any further into this article, my question is this. I know we're not using Hooker, and I know he's almost 30.
And we wouldn't use Sanders either.
But why would we give up Hendon Hooker and a 5th-round pick to pick up a quarterback that we're not going to use in the next 2 years?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
At all. That's what I said. Like, a lot of it's the offseason. No, it's a rumor. It's not. This is nothing. Yeah, this is something that was just suggested because it's the off season. There's not much to talk about. OTAs just ended. Training camp is not until next month. So it's just like, hey, wouldn't this be like a cool? You know what I'm saying? So, but I just
I mean, what would even made them bring that up as a a conversation to be Sanders come to Detroit? Should have went to Dallas.
I don't know. I don't know where this came from, and it hit 3 different websites. I mean, it was all from the same, it came from the same person. The idea from Heavy Sports.
That Dallas didn't get him.
You know who I'm shocked that didn't? I'm shocked the Steelers didn't grab him. I know you were waiting on Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think there's anyone, whether they're a draft expert, a fan, whatever. I don't think anyone expected him to drop below the Steelers.
Yeah. I hear that, but because Dallas is gonna mess around and do the same thing they did the last year and the year before that, because they keep putting all their hope into my man, and they've been better off getting Sanders.
Well, how long is he on contract? How long is Dak on contract for?
His contract was up last year, and they re-signed him. They signed him again. That's why everybody went crazy. Like, why they keep signing him? Why they keeping this clown?
They're like, who else can we bring in?
They could have brought Sanders.
This guy has to
somebody
be
young. Somebody can run, because he can run.
Someone young, but are you what are you doing with the rest of this contract?
The rest of who contract?
Dak's.
No.
Let me see.
You trying to see how
I'm getting ready to pull it up now. Dak. Who shit?
Don't say no long one.
This extension was signed last year.
I told you that. That's what I just said.
So
for how long though?
Yeah, he's there for a minute.
His extension was for how long? And for how much?
5 years. This had to be a 5-year extension. 4 years. 4 years, $240 million.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
Okay, let's go back to Detroit. Let's go back into Michigan because
we kind of got off a little bit.
We gotta get back into Michigan sport because that's a whole new. That's just dumb.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's just dumb. I mean, and that's why they went crazy. That's what I was saying. They went crazy when they did the extension. They just like, why? It don't make any sense.
Well, it's Jerry Jones. That's the answer. Moving on. That's the answer.
He the Vince McMahon of the NFL.
That is the answer. That's the answer.
I can't let it go. I'm gonna go down there and coach the team myself.
Exactly. So, all right, guys. Well, that's all we have for you this episode for the Lions. Stay tuned because we will be coming right back and talking about Michigan Wolverines and the Michigan State Spartans. We're going to have some predictions, look at the lineup. I know it's going to be some banter going back and forth because I cannot stand Michigan. And I don't even like looking at the Michigan that's on this wall, this little picture on this wall. So stay tuned for the next episode. Again, I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O, and I don't like the MSU sweet peas. So I know he's trying to go ahead, trying to cut me off quick, trying to drop my blue down.
Like, that's all, folks. Click.
Right. Del Monte, sweet peas, brought to you by MSU.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. We out of here.
Peace.